Hello and welcome to all the learners. I am Marley Morrison and we are looking today at our Business Studies Grade 10 lesson on microenvironments. And we will take a closer look at the meaning and components of the microenvironment. Now, did you know that Coca-Cola is one of our most successful soft drink manufacturers in the world? And it's all down to the 10 decisions they made, critical decisions they made over the past 130 years. Now, initially, Coca-Cola was intended as medicine, and it was only sold in one pharmacy in America. And it was this 10 decisions that changed their path forever. And coincidentally, these 10 decisions were made in the microenvironment. And today, Coca-Cola is so successful, they have 43.7% of the market share. That means that 43.7% of all the consumers in the world choose Coca-Cola above any other soft drink. Isn't that amazing? Now, today's lesson, we will be looking at this microenvironment. So let's take a look at our lesson objectives. Firstly, we will look at the meaning of the microenvironment. Now, when we speak about the meaning, we actually refer to the definition of the microenvironment. Then we will have a closer look at the various components, where you will be able to discuss these components and even identify these components out of a given scenario. Now, we will specifically focus on the vision, mission statement, goals and objectives, as well as the organizational resources. Now, this is our concept map. This will be the concepts we look at today. We will then, as I mentioned earlier, focus on the meaning and the components of the microenvironment. So we will follow this map closely throughout today's lesson. Now, you should actually know what a business is. So let's take a look at a short definition of a business. A business is any organization that delivers a service or a good. So when we refer to goods, we actually talk about products. So you will deliver these products or this service in exchange for money. And to enable you to produce these products, you will have your 4 production factors. Now, this is something you should know. The 4 production factors are capital, labor, natural resources, and entrepreneurship. So when we refer to capital, we actually talk about money we need in the business. Labor will be our employees. And then our natural resources is actually our raw materials we use to produce. Entrepreneurship is basically the idea we had to start this business. Now, the goal of any business is what? Is to make a profit. So we want to start a business to make money. So let's take a look at this scenario. Sandra Peters started a business that makes and sells clothes to private users. She invested 50,000 Rand of her own money to start the business and employed 2 workers. She buys her material from Oriental Plaza. Now, if the question would be, identify the 3 production factors Sandra Peters used in her business from the given scenario, we will always refer to the scenario. And you will see in the second sentence, she says she invested 50,000 Rand of her own money to start the business. Out of this sentence, we can see that the first production factor she used was, of course, then capital. The sentence then continues and employed 2 workers. Those workers is then her employees, and that will be our labor. If the sentence continues on to the last one, where she buys her material, now the material will obviously be the material she uses to produce the clothes. Therefore, it will be our physical, or sometimes we refer to natural resources. So that will be the 3 production factors Sandra used in this scenario. If we then again look at the next question, which will be define the term business, we saw that the business is any organization or company that will deliver a product or a service in exchange for money. So we will exchange this for money. There we go. That's our definition of a business. And last question is, what is the goal of any business? Of course, to make money. We want to make a profit for our business. Okay, so this is information you probably learned in your career or in your school. So today we're going to start by looking at a few new words, new concepts that we need to know for today's lesson. Now, the first concept will be vision. Now, a vision is the dream of any business, what we want our business to achieve and stand for morally in the society and community. Our second concept, then, mission statement, will specifically refer to the product or the service we produce and what we want that product or service to achieve or to be. The third concept then, our goals, will be what we want to achieve long term with our product. Do we want to increase our sales? Do we want to be a quality product, a good market share? What do we want to achieve? And our objectives then will refer to how we will achieve our goals. Our next couple of new words then, of course, is organizational culture. Our culture refers to how we do things in the business, and we will take a closer look at this later on in the lesson. Then we have organizational resources, which is all the things and people, equipment, material we use in our business to make our business run effectively. The second last one then, of course, is management, and the last one is leadership, and these two actually go hand in hand. Management is the way we run and organize the tasks in the business, where leadership is the way we influence the people. So when we look at the definition, you'll see that management refers to the business, how the business is managed, and leadership refers to the individuals, how we can influence them to reach our goals. Now, before we continue, it's time for us to first take an ad break.